I could tell something was off yesterday. There's my perceptive Brady. His alarm system started going off when Natsuki called Yuri an edgy bitch. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing. And there it goes. There it goes. Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. All right, we're back to our poem writing. It's the second poem in this chapter of the story where things are falling apart. Now, so far I've been giving a lot of attention to Yuri, and she is not in any way undeserving of that attention. However, I feel that Natsuki has been unreasonably neglected. Not that there is a reasonable kind of neglect, but she's been neglected by Anime Brady and potentially by people in her life. We don't know yet. But she deserves a chance to win Anime Brady's heart, even if he still doesn't deserve hers. My impression of her is that she's kind of like the realist of all of the girls that we've met so far, and that she really sticks to what she believes, and she's not really that willing to shape herself into something just to appeal. And honestly, I feel like Anime Brady needs that kind of energy right now. He needs someone solid in these difficult and uncertain times. So we're gonna throw some Natsuki words in here, which I'm gonna think strawberry is a Natsuki word, and it is. And maybe chocolate. Lollipop. I don't want to leave poor Yuri out though, so I'm gonna throw in an uncanny for her. Anime, that's premium Natsuki territory. Candy. Dream. Oof. Memories. Extreme. Okay, not too many surprises yet. What about journey? Okay, that's a Yuri word. Playground. Hop. Cheeks. Kitty. Atone. These two really have quite a contrast, like in a way that having Sayori in the mix did not really present, because some of her words were quite shocking to see that they were hers. There's a bigger division here, though, between these two. Pure. Charm. Cage. And let's go with bouncy. All right, Natsuki gets her time. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Yuri, you good? Welcome back, Brady. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me, or if it's Yuri's expression. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. I love the idea that Anime Brady's priorities are where they are right now. He comes into the class and Yuri is literally in pieces. But he's sitting there thinking, gosh, I really hope everyone can get along today after yesterday's fight. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday. Ooh, this is a new territory. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. Yeah, Yuri, you told Natsuki that she has a toxic personality. So she's now awash with guilt. Maybe. Maybe she's not, actually. Let's find out. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Oh, that's nice of her, defending Natsuki's honor. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. There's my perceptive Brady. His alarm system started going off when Natsuki called Yuri an edgy bitch. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing. And there it goes. There it goes. I think if you were to look at a skill sheet for Anime Brady, his perception is actually pretty low on average. He just throws like a fucking nat 20 every once in a while. Because he nails it occasionally, but mostly no. What do you think it was when we walked into the room, Brady? And Yuri was like an incomplete puzzle of herself. What was that? Oh wow, she looks really sad. Or maybe he can't see that. I don't know actually what Anime Brady thinks, or if he's even able to see some of those glitches, or if that is just for us. What does Yuri think of that interpretation? But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. Actually, I like this from Anime Brady because that is actually a pretty good sign of emotional intelligence. To be able to recognize when someone's actions are uncharacteristic to their values. Now, values are a super interesting way to understand people because you have them, I have them, and we have so many of them that we actually have a whole value system, which is kind of like all the beliefs and patterns of behavior that make up your decisions. So you might have values about communication that tell you maybe I shouldn't tell people that they have a juvenile mental age and that they're toxic, right? That's not in Yuri's value system in this like tightly packaged outline of how she should behave. It's like somewhere out here, right? So she has values on communication. She has values on how she wants to represent her abilities. Both as a student, as a writer, we know that she values like a self-understanding, which she explores through like dark and complex writing. From the way that she apologizes, we know that she values kindness. Like she clearly cares about that as a priority when she interacts with people. And so we have all these things, right? You can look at someone's behavior and their actions and what they talk about, and you will find that a lot of what makes up who they are is this network of interacting belief systems about how they should behave. If the perfect version of you is a straight line, like you perfectly walk along this line of your own values all the time, then typically as people, we sort of look like this, right? We don't really land on that line at all times. I value communication as well as part of my role as a therapist, and because it's how I represent all of the other values in my life. Like I need good communication skills to share what my values are and make sure that they're understood, right? But there are definitely times where I fall off, right? And I might lash out at someone. I might do what Natsuki did and call someone an edgy bitch. It can happen. It has happened, right? And so we don't always like align perfectly with all of our values. Sometimes we act in a way that is outside of this system and we end up out here. Now, that moment when we act outside of our established value system is an important opportunity for understanding people and integrity. Because think about what we're seeing from Yuri, okay? She did something that's not in her value system. She's making it clear that that's not normally the way that I act. I'm like this, and yesterday I was like that, okay? What she's feeling is guilt. She's feeling regret. She's feeling shame, and she's feeling probably some embarrassment. And those are the kinds of emotions that I like to think of as clarifying signals that tell you, yeah, you are outside of your normal value range. You're out here. And what do you need to do to get back on track, right? To get back inside of this system of values. There's a behavior, right? Yuri is apologizing. She's clarifying. She's trying to communicate that this is really who I'm meant to be. I don't mean to act like that. And so these emotions, like they're not good feelings. It's not fun to feel guilty. But it's probably a good thing if you feel it in a moment like this, because it's there to help you, right, come back to home base, okay? And this has really deep implications for understanding how people respond to the stress in their lives, their interpersonal relationships, and also like how much you know about yourself. Because every time that you deviate out here and come back, hopefully we get better and better, and the deviations become smaller and smaller, and we're able to sort of fit more neatly in our value range. We usually fuck something up, realize we went too far, feel bad about it, come back inside, clarify that that is a value of ours, and then we try to act more aligned with it going forward. This is how we build integrity. This is how we develop self-esteem. The closer you feel to harmonizing with your value system, the better you tend to feel in your own skin, the more sure you feel of yourself. Because I can look at it and say, yeah, like this is the stuff that I believe, this is how I should be, and I do my best to act inside of it. And when I don't, I take the opportunity to apologize and get back in. What we see when people do not do that, right? When they don't take this deviation as an opportunity to change, is we see deflection behavior. We see rerouting, right? Justification, all kinds of ways to explain, yeah, no, she really was being an edgy bitch. She deserved it. But if we do that too much, then the value system doesn't feel very solid, and we turn into this like valueless sort of shape-shifting person who is more interested in their own self-preservation than they are of developing like strong internal defense mechanisms against doing the wrong thing. And so coming back to Anime Brady, this is all me giving him a lot of props. Why? Because I think he is able to see, as much as Yuri is right now, that the argument yesterday was one of these moments of like a lapse of judgment, a lapse in her typical value behavior. And he sees that she is trying to correct that. And he's not looking at that moment out here and saying, well, I'm going to judge you based on that lapse in your values where you were acting like really catty. I'm going to clarify as you do yourself that that was uncharacteristic, and I'm going to judge you here at your baseline, which tells me that he clearly can see that this is her baseline. He recognizes what her values are, which is very perceptive of him. It's very emotionally intelligent of him, and he's finding his way to forgive her. That, or he still just wants to get with her and he's just saying what he needs to. But I am trying to give him some grace here. But this is a great model to think about, right? As we dig deeper into these characters, is what are their value systems? Because it tells us a lot about how they behave in the moments where they are pretty uncharacteristic. What do they do to get back in alignment and harmonize with who they believe they are at their core? And at an even deeper level, why does this person have that value to begin with? Where did Yuri develop this need to communicate a certain way? Like, why is that a value of hers? To ask a question like that means to trace where she found that initial alignment. And that can tell us a lot about all kinds of stuff, right? I'm always listening for this kind of thing when I'm talking to someone in therapy. Sometimes it's great. People are just like, here's my values and they just know how to articulate all that stuff. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have like a clear identified system of values that they can say, this is what I believe and this is why, and everything about it. A lot of times it's more intuitively known. So let's see what we can glean about all these characters' values from how they behave. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you didn't mean it. So yeah, like I said, it's either high levels of emotional intelligence to realize that her behaviors were out of alignment with clear, observable values, which is a good sign of Yuri, that if you take one look at her, you could tell that she has clear values. She wears them openly, let's say. It's either that, or he just has a complete blindness and he just wants to believe she's not a bad person because he has other motives. Could be either, could be both. Brady, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? I don't know, Yuri, what are you saying? Have you guys seen Monika? Ooh, ooh. In comes Natsuki, who I think has a unique ability to derail Yuri's values. She lights something in her that makes it kind of hard to stick to them. Bit of a personality clash here. Ah! Natsuki jump scare. No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Yeah, where's Monika? Where's Monika? Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. See, there's another statement, this time by Natsuki, saying, well, from what I know about Monika, she values being on time, she values being a leader. We can speculate at how she came to have those values. And she is deviating from that for some reason. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. Ooh. So, part of Yuri's value is in control. She might associate this falling out of alignment with her own values with losing control of herself, which points to a little less certainty about what those values really are. I think she just has an innate sense of when she's like not acting in control, but it's just an interesting way to sort of say that. I don't think of like this whole process of like value harmony as being about like controlling yourself. That feels like having a tense kind of relationship with yourself and your values, when it should feel comforting to know that you're acting within your set of values. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. I don't know what's up with these certain lines of dialogue that they seem like diversions from maybe what should be happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? This does not sound like Natsuki. This does not sound like Natsuki. But, what is happening? I don't like that. Oh God. I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Oh, Natsuki. She is too precious to feel the need to be so defensive, but it probably seems like she needs to be that way because maybe she does assume people don't like her very much. At least she assumes that Yuri hates her, but she's also seemed a bit surprised when we were like kind of kind to her before. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Oh, damn! We are never getting out of the crosshairs of Natsuki. Hey! Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. No. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. What is the deal with this piano business? The only piano reference that I can think of is like literally the song that's playing right now. It just has a lot of piano in it. We know that Monika has some kind of interfacing with the game itself. I don't know what to make of that, though. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. Ooh, and you can actually see where there's a bit of fracture in the self-esteem when someone believes that something should be in their value system. Very dangerous word, that one. Should. Kind of in that same little subcategory that I put control with Yuri, where she's like, I should be in control. Monika might have the value of I should be good at everything. And when she acts outside of that, when she's like not good at something, when Yuri is not in control, they might feel some of that like guiltiness, but it's not the same kind of thing to feel guilty about. Like, okay, you might feel embarrassed for like insulting someone because it's not aligned with your value of communication. But should you feel guilty for like not being good at something that you're just learning? Maybe not, but we often do. And that's pretty harmful to the esteem over time because you're crossing wires with like, this is a trait that I want to have for myself versus like, this is an actual personally held value, which are really more subjective. It's great to value like achievement and learning new things, and there are very healthy versions of what Monika's talking about here, but being embarrassed or feeling guilty about not excelling at something you're new at is kind of like an overcorrection of what I'm talking about here. That must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Ah, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. It's nice that they're all getting along at least. Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. And she's not in the like severe embarrassment or guilt territory with this, but it's just it's a little sign of something bigger for Monika, which is that like need for perfectionism. It's not showing up in a big way yet, but there's a potential there for something bad. That sounds cool. I'm still rehabilitating my view of my anime self, but I don't know. Sometimes he says these things that just, I can't help but say I'm in a caveman voice. I look forward to it. No, he's very emotionally intelligent in this route. I'm giving him props. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Brady. Monika smiles sweetly. Damn, she just erased the other two. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. What? For me? I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. There is that little bit of caveman. Like I said, low average perception. He just gets a great dice roll every once in a while. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. But he's got a good intuition for people. I think that's what it is. He's got a good intuition for when someone is like acting uncharacteristically, like Sayori. But his perception of how that translates into action, substandard. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I mean, except for a wonderful coming together of two very different people. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki's already run off to the closet. What is her deal with the closet? She's always hanging out here. Brady, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a bit forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. Yeah, this is another one of those like wires crossing things. Makes total sense that when she is communicating in a negative way, she feels like guilty about that, feels the need to apologize, finds value alignment. Great for the esteem, great for Yuri. But this idea she has about like not being able to control herself and needing to apologize for that's a little bit less of a refinement of the good kind of value work I'm talking about. Mostly because it could lead to like a kind of negative narrative about the self. That like when I mess up, it's because I can't control myself because I'm like bad at being me. I don't want to find that as the conclusion to realigning with yourself. The conclusion should be like, oh, I'm like a good person. I try to be a good person. And sometimes I deviate from that because I'm human. But when I find my way back, I can forgive myself. It shouldn't be, I'm so fucking like uncontrollable. What a mess I am. Right? We don't want to land there. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Oh, but she's also just, she's got a sweet thing for anime Brady, which tends to make us act pretty uncharacteristic as well. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah! Did Yuri leave you again? No. It's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Monika. Monika's always watching. She's always watching. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh god. I can't handle another... Am I fucking in for it? Should I be like preparing myself again? I've been traumatized already so much. And maybe I have not been paying too much attention to the narrative cues, like the music cutting out and... Oh, Jesus. All right. Just fucking lock in, Brady. Lock in. Oh, Yuri, no. I'm back. Okay, the game is getting way more explicit, literally and figuratively, with the direction we're going in. And this is where it gets like really complex when you think about, okay, well, if a person's values are a part of what drives behavior, how do you explain something like this, like self-harming? To me, that says that there is a conflict in some values, probably related to that not so healthy dependency on control, which she may be cutting to control some sort of feeling of her own, or I'm not quite sure yet. And whatever her values are on like taking good care of herself. Somehow it's landed in a place where it's more important to control herself through this method than to value that self-kindness. I don't know. There's something up here, though. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Brady, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. What if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Oh god, this was like the beginning of their thing. I thought we were getting more Natsuki action in this episode. What's going on here? Now I'm not in control. I'm not in control, guys. It's not investigate me, actually. Don't investigate my my need for control, which I recognize as a toxic value of my own at times because, well, you can't control everything, especially everything related to yourself. And it becomes very hard to have self-kindness when you prioritize control over everything else, which may actually be kind of at the root or close to it of what's happening with Yuri. Control just being like at the very top of the value structure, maybe blinding us to some of the other values that are being undermined by the way she's going about satisfying that need for control. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Brady. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Brady, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little easier on my back. And now I have been informed of my own lack of perception of what this statement is about, which I did not catch my first time through. I don't think that that's like a sign of my innocence or anything. I think I just I'm overthinking everything to a character level. So this one was probably so straightforward that I just missed it. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I think that this is where I am most like Anime Brady. This is my own bad dice roll on the perception check. I'm gonna do my own caveman voice because I'm just mocking myself here at this point. Is that so? I wonder why that... It's literally me. It was literally me the first time. I thought she was gonna give some sort of super deep insight. It's most likely because your posture. Literally, that's literally what I was thinking. Oh man. And here you can see that I am experiencing the emotion of embarrassment. And that is not aligned with my value of trying to seem really smart and perceptive. Because there are times where I am very much not those things. So here is my realignment moment. I always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. Good job, Brady. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. Look, he is being accommodating, okay? That is a value of ours, clearly. You don't need to be smart or perceptive to be nice, okay? It's one of the things that I quite like about Anime Brady. He's sometimes dumb as a rock, but he's usually pretty kind. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Rare is my Natsuki moment. I really may have ruined my chances with her, though. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. All right, Brady, it's your moment to be smooth again. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. The second time through, Yuri knows what she's doing. Maybe she just acts dumb around us because she knows we're kind of dumb. That's gotta be it, right? It can be both. She can act dumb, but I also think we do make her a little bit dumber. Love blinds and all. Well, infatuation. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. What are you doing, Brady? Think about the pages. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Brady, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. No, I don't like this. I hate when the music stops. It like literally has an immediate anxiety effect on me. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't, Brady. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Brady, my heart won't stop pounding, Brady. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Brady? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Jesus. Fucking Monika. It's time to share poems. Oh, God. I'm worried. I'm worried about Yuri now because of what happened to Sayori when she got too close. Cheer me up, Natsuki. Please. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. It's just her immediate reaction. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. She is actually so nice underneath all of that brashness. I think she really cares. And to me, that says a lot about what's in Natsuki's value system. I think she values authenticity. She doesn't like to sort of play up certain things. And I think when she does, that's kind of her own deviation, right? It's sort of some of that lashing out behavior. And I think she values closeness. Like, clearly from the exchange earlier, when you approach her with kindness, she recognized Yuri being authentic in that moment. And that allowed her to not sort of reject it, right? She's wary of the protagonist, Anime Brady's authenticity. She's not sure what to make of his motives. And so she doesn't really get that close, right? I think once you show her something genuine, a softer side of her starts to come out, which is partially why she got along pretty well with Sayori from the beginning. Sayori's like pretty genuine. But like Yuri has values that are based on like self-understanding, but can be somewhat corrupted by a need to control. I kind of feel like for Natsuki, it's less about that. And that when closeness is not achieved, the less productive version of that is like attention. Because she's kind of loud, right? She's small, but because of that, she has to sort of make her presence known by how she talks and interacts with people. She may want to get close to people, but doesn't know how to actually form those deep connections. And so what we sometimes see with that is someone who wants to connect, but can't always get the big connection, settles for the small connection, which is like, can I just get someone's attention? And I don't know how healthy of a value that is to have. Like, I value having people's attention. It's great to value closeness, but to have it as a core value of like, I need people to like me or say that I'm good at things. She's not desperate for that stuff. She's not like a people pleaser. And she's not super apologetic, but she wants to be seen, and she wants to be seen for what she truly is. Like, she has a lot of concern for people seeing that genuine, like, straight line of who she really is at her core. A lot of this, like, don't call me cute. You know, I'm not cute. I'm this. And if she doesn't get the kind of attention she wants, right, she might feel in a similar way that like Yuri feels, oh, I feel bad when I'm not in control of myself. I don't feel good when I don't get the attention I'm looking for, which is like not a super healthy esteem building mentality. It's okay to desire connection from people. It's great for you even. But to depend on attention, which is a much more like temporary and surface level kind of connection, I just don't think that it is filling her cup the same way. But if she was a little less brash, maybe she might find that like people are open to her authentic self and they will like her for who she is, and the closeness won't come so difficultly. At least I hope so. I just want Natsuki to be happy. I want them all to be happy. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been like spending time with her or whatever. See, there's like a little bit of like attention jealousy in that. But you know, Monika and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something, or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Okay. So we actually haven't gotten to see this before, but I love Natsuki's poem, so I'm excited. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Okay. So the first line, I think, is really telling. You know what I heard about Amy? Like, this isn't even something that the writer, character, whatever, has observed herself. It's just something she's heard, and she's developed this, like, very ingrained judgment about it. I'm not friends with someone who I've heard likes something I don't. Amy has a cute singing voice. That's an observation. She's seen that. I heard her singing. My heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. So she's giving into a judgment based on hearsay, which is overriding her own perception. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. Yeah, this is like rejecting your own lived experience for just like a bias, a judgment. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. My own perception. She probably talks about spiders, but we don't know. We don't hear her talk about them. What if her friends start to like spiders too? What if, like, the dedication to the things that we don't know and rejection of the things that we do know? It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off. And I'm going to tell everyone. So she's also going to perpetuate something that we don't even know is true. Just spreading the gossip around, basically. Meanwhile, ignoring all of the actual things about Amy. Which, if Natsuki wrote this, she is aware of the problem of the story, right? Like, she's aware that perception can be overridden by, like, an innate bias. But to me, this is, like, kind of that conflict of authenticity. Like, that's a clear value of Natsuki's. But we're ignoring the authenticity of Amy, who's a good singer, who's kind and wants to help, and who has lots of friends. And we're giving into fears instead. Not bad, right? Natsuki, it's brilliant. I actually love her poems. They're so good. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Oh, interesting. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. You actually don't. I think I understand it. But does Caveman Brady? Like, anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think that's a very mature perspective to hold. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. So she's been judged for her like of anime and manga because they don't match people's perception of what she should be, which doesn't let her be kind of her authentic self. She's complex. Natsuki is actually a very complex character with like lots of interlocking layers of value conflicts and her compensation behaviors being attempts to sort out those conflicts, but at the same time, she's very perceptive about what those issues are in a way that I don't know if the rest are. Like Yuri, I see as someone constantly stumbling over her compensations and value conflicts. But like Natsuki, to write a poem like that, is pretty aware of them, such as two of the girls in this very club, whom I respectfully won't name. but there's her lashing out, right? Like that's like it's probably not a part of Natsuki's value system to think like this. Like I think it's good to be aggressive and brash to people. She probably is doing that because she can't get the need met of positive attention for my own authenticity. Can't you just like me for me? Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't have people respect me. My one place of comfort. What is going on at home, Natsuki? So why can't you be comfortable there? Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. He's rolling good dice. Keep going, Brady. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more. So, well, see, there's her rejecting an attempt at closeness, deeper closeness, a kind of genuine respect for her complexity that I actually share with Anime Brady for this like very surface level physical attention. You're smarter than this, Natsuki. Find your value center. Whatever. We're done sharing so you can leave now. Oh, poor thing. She doesn't know what to do with this like wire cross, so she just pushes away. Oh. Okay, let's check out Yuri's poem. I think we've seen this one. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. Oh, but the dialogue seems different. Yeah, I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things that you could work on. I thought I favored Natsuki this time. I really thought I was doing a good job of balancing them, but I guess not. But that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Oh, wait, this is different. Where's the music? I hate when there's no music. Wheel. A rotating wheel. Turning an axle. Grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox. Falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing God. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Yuri, you good? I don't think she's good. I mean, it's not nonsense. It's clearly not nonsense. There's like building on a theme here. Maybe it's like overly complex. It's certainly above my literacy level. I don't know. I'm good at reading people, not so good at understanding this. Let's just see what she has to say. It doesn't really matter what it's about. It kind of matters a lot. My mind's been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just Can we pretend this conversation never happened? Goodness, girl, the nerves. You can keep the poem though. I'm gonna need a moment to unpack that one. Let's see what Monika has to say this time. Brady, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I know shit. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. That's just getting very direct. Monika? Monika clearly values control over lots of things. I'm not sure if it's so much about controlling other people as much as it is like she wants to control the direction of her own life. And other people just are in the way of that and become controllable. I don't see Monika valuing authenticity the way that Natsuki does. Like it's something that everybody values a little bit, but for Natsuki, it's like a core. It's a core value. It's right at the top. But she does value attention in a similar, if not worse way than Natsuki. Like she does not like the time we spent with Sayori, does not like the time we spend with Yuri. Now, Monika would be a very hard person to do some values work with. The exercise that is pretty common for someone who kind of wants to do it all, wants to be everything, be their best version all the time, and struggles when they're not able to, like more than most people, is we do an exercise called value sorting, where you have the person write out or pick from a list of lots of common values, and then you restrict them to choosing only a few of the most important, a few of somewhat important, and then like the rest not important. Because the problem with like the need to control is we're trying to catch 20 things thrown into the air, and you cannot couch all 20 of them. And so the perspective that frees you from that is actually like restriction and limitation in some sense. When your intention is only to grab one thing, like you can succeed at that. But if you try to catch all 20, like you will almost always fail. And so we commit to saying like, all right, what are the most important values to you right now? Pick 2 or pick 5. And they don't have to be forever. Like they're just for right now. Can we choose what they are and start trying to like work on them? Choose a couple that we can like also make some space for that are somewhat important, but the rest have to be not important. Not to say that we don't care about them, but that we can't put active focus on. And this is like a really tough exercise for lots of people because they, especially a Monika type, they want to put everything's most important. All of it is. But then you end up not really fulfilling yourself in any particular area because you're actually not limiting yourself to focus on a few values that you can harmonize with consistently for a little bit of time. And then when you feel like you've kind of gotten a grip of them, let's pull one of those somewhat important up to the top. So value sorting, it's a great exercise for someone like Monika. I mean, really, I would do it with all of them because it will also help sort out a lot of the conflicts that we're seeing in some of these like less helpful behaviors. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. This is a new side to Monika. I mean, it's not a new side, really. We know that she's pretty manipulative. But It's a new side of her to be so transparent with it. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. What the fuck are you talking about, Monika? I'm not saying it's your fault. That's a very confusing thing to say to me, though. It's true that enabling doesn't mean someone's at fault, but what is her angle here? But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. Oh, geez. What happens when we become, like, so hyper-fixated on a value, like attention, like getting someone's attention, my attention specifically? Well, many of the other ones that are somewhat less important, they get tossed aside, like, I don't know, not fucking gossiping about your friend like this. Not taking this knowledge about Yuri and like doing something to help her, but like just putting it in front of me to tell me to stay away from her so I spend time with you. Like, that is fucked up, Monika. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head. And I know how to treat my club. What? Okay. Monika is actually like decompensating a bit here, which is like all this shit's falling apart. There's no traceable consistency here. She's become very narrowly focused on like one thing. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I'm terrified. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Oh, we've seen this one before, but some of the letters are missing. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless poem of meaninglessness. Delete her. Oh no. What is happening to Monika? She's falling apart. Does she see the others as a threat? Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. Don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. What? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Is Monika... Is she like trapped or some... I don't fucking know. Another special poem. Stare at the dot to reveal a special message. Okay. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? No, please not the festival. Sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Brady joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know. What's so great about getting new members anyways? Yeah, it would be more people that you have to kind of fend for attention from. We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? She is so manipulative. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. Oh, and she's even appealing to that need for authenticity. That's dark. I think that's where Monika finds so much success and control, is if you can spot what someone's like value system is, and you can present them opportunities to like find their own alignment, then yeah, it can be quite coercive. It's essentially what like propaganda is, right? It's presenting you with value conflicts, some kind of disharmony in the world or your circumstance, and offering you a path to alignment. Like, do this thing, believe this thing, follow this person, and you'll be in good shape. You'll get what you want. The things that you care about will happen. We're very, very suggestible to that kind of thing. And so if you can spot someone's value conflicts and offer them some sort of solution to that, you can convince them to do basically anything and get them to feel like it is the best thing for them as well. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to... So both the authenticity angle and the closeness, like you get to be yourself here and we're all so tight-knit. How is that going to play on Natsuki? I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Brady? Oh, and she's even throwing in their like fixation on me as a part of that appeal. Monika is a master of manipulation. She is pulling so many strings here. But at the core of it, it's taking advantage of people who are struggling to find like harmony in themselves, which is really sad actually. Especially when it is like, in the case of Yuri for right now, like something that really puts her at actual risk. It's not something to fucking play with, Monika. Oh, come on. You can't take advantage. I hate it. I hate when I'm right. You can't take advantage of Brady to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Natsuki is standing up for herself. Push back, Natsuki. But also, be careful. Because Monika is dangerous. Yuri never even talked until Brady joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. What's going on at home? And Brady isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. Ooh, she's like dispelling the appeal to value that Monika tried to go for. That's why I think Natsuki is so clever. I think she's pretty... I think her value of authenticity is an asset. It helps her see people's intentions more clearly, which is why she's been skeptical of us from the start. And probably is the first one to catch on to Monika's controlling behaviors. Sayori, on the other hand, unfortunately, is the type of person who shapeshifted her own value system to appeal to people at the cost of having her own defined needs met, which made her like the most prime candidate to be manipulated by Monika, because whatever Monika puts on the table and she's the leader, she'd be most susceptible to like changing that to fit with like, well, what can make me the most connected to these people? How can I like make them happy? How can I make them like me and all of this? And so unfortunately that didn't lead to like a strong level of conviction for herself, made her highly vulnerable to manipulation. Yuri, I find somewhere in between, but Natsuki is strong in her conviction. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Damn. Monika is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Brady want to get more members too. You're sure? You're really sure? Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Yes! Yeah. He's fucking stupid sometimes, but god damn it, he's got a soul, and he's sticking to it here. Good job, Anime Brady. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, and this is where Sayori would come in clutch. Because at the end of the day, some of that ability to people please, yeah, it is an asset for neutralizing the range of value conflicts that are appearing between all of these girls. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? Because, Monika, you're not being considerate of other people's values. You think you know best. But that can't be a substitute for just knowing what's best for you. That doesn't mean we're against new members or anything. Brady, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, I don't know, because I joined this club to hang out with Sayori. But in this world without her, I feel we are missing that purpose. Well, it's not something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all of this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. Do not blame her. She needs this. We all need it. We all need a little pushback from Monika. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Coming back to her value of communication. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Brady. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. She's been rejected again. Just being a bit dramatic as well. I don't think that the solution is to just abandon it, but she's inconsolable. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Fuck, man. Dark Yuri's back. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Is this like what Yuri would be if she went like completely out of herself? Like the extreme of that, which she normally does a good job of like reining in. It's clear that, like, as the structure of the game changes, the structure of the characters is becoming less and less dependable. I keep trying to fold those diversions into an analysis of character because I find them to be allegorical to real things, like exactly like what I've been talking about here. When we go way off the path of our typical behavior, we can act in very extreme, uncharacteristic ways. We can lash out a lot. We can say things that are quite extreme, like Yuri just did. And to me, that says that, yeah, she has a capacity for it. But something is giving her the willingness. Something we can't quite see yet. I just fucking know Monika's involved. But what about you, Brady? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. Nice save there, Brady. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. What is going on with her eye? With each change of members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. Yeah, it's like the very parsable structure of these characters has been pretty consistent, which is what has allowed me to analyze them so thoroughly. But that shit is starting to like fall apart. Like they are becoming less and less representable by clearly defined value systems and patterns of behavior. We're like hard cutting towards extremes. So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. All right. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Hey, Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. The strange thing is that I do think Monika believes that all of her behaviors are still consistent. I genuinely think she's not saying that to manipulate. I think that she thinks it's appropriate to influence her friends. And she's clearly struggling with like not always being able to do that. Man, as they decompensate though, they're revealing a lot of more complex layers. Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Brady? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna chat a little with Brady before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. I don't know if it was like on purpose, but when Monika was saying vice president, it was not capitalized. But when she says president, it is. It's curious. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. However, when Yuri said vice president, it was capitalized. Does Monika just like... She's like not give a shit about that? I trust your judgment, Monika. That is a huge red flag, Yuri. Do not trust her judgment. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Brady, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. Kind of feel like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? The more you care, the more I feel in danger. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time with how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. What the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. Uh, I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry. I didn't mean to say something weird. No, you said what you said. You meant what you meant. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. Wait, no, no, stop it. I don't think that Monica's in control of the game, actually, after that. She can't control the structure of the narrative, like poem, 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 festival. So she's just trying to control whether or not these two are involved. And does Yuri's little chibi figure have some cuts on the arm now? Oh my god, it's so sad. Yeah, things are falling apart. Both in terms of the game structure and the consistency of the characters. Normally, like I said, we naturally deviate from who we are from time to time. But something here is making us go like out here, and then we're just back. And then we're out here, and then we're just back. Like there is no typical behavioral intervention and reflection afterwards that signals like change, which is what I'm always looking for. And that's like one of the purposes of developing the self. We're just getting these glimpses of what these characters look like when they're like way out here. And then we're just shortcutting back to their archetype, which is giving me some pretty wild narrative whiplash. And I don't know what it means for the future of this playthrough, because my powers of deduction may no longer be valid. Like, I know how to read people when people act like people. I don't know what to do when they start acting like whatever's happening here. But I will do my best to navigate it. So, that's where we're going to pause for now. As always, thank you for watching. Be good to yourselves, and I will see you next time. Oh, yeah, I always forget that I'm supposed to check this stuff. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It'd be really, really easy to kill myself right now. That would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. What? Can you hear me? There's a little devil inside all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality, is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold on their hosts, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. So this seems like, oh, is this what Monika really thinks of them? All I want is for you to hate them. Well, that's not gonna fucking happen, because I adore these characters. Can I? Fuck. I know I tried this before, but it didn't work. So Monika is actively trying to tear them down. She's literally trying to change my perception of them by showing, I don't know if she's involved in what we're seeing, but some part of the manipulation is like getting us to witness these aberrations in who they are and doubting their authenticity, which would make us, maybe in her mind, lose affection for them. The thing is, I've already held a complex view of all these characters in my mind. And I understand their deviations as unnatural characteristics of what to me have been fully realized people, characters. I think that's a testament to the game's writing that I can feel genuine dread for them and empathy, which is kind of a masterstroke of the game to craft such well developed characters to make us feel genuine human things for them. And then to start ripping those qualities away, it's playing with some very fundamental mechanisms of emotion that we have as people, which I find really interesting. Like just from the game's perspective, and also how Monika the character is mirroring that process. Oh man, this is about to get weird. I have no idea what's coming, but clearly the game is starting to look less and less like what it looked like at the beginning. Oh geez. Well, I'll see you next time, folks. I don't know where this is going, but we'll brace ourselves for it. Until then, take care. I'll see you soon.